Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the main session. People are coming in. Okay, Sister Yaya is here. She just messaged me. She should be joining us shortly. Apologies, Sister Yaya. We were doing the VIP session. We had some technical difficulties. So thank you. Sorry for the delay. I do want to make a general announcement for everyone. If you weren't able to join the VIP session, we just answered a few questions with Pharmacy, but I will be offering extended VIP sessions for everyone who were not able to join this past 30 minutes. It's okay. You didn't miss much. We just ask some questions to Pharmacy. A few people shared. I will be coming back to make sure you all get your money's worth. So don't feel like you were cheated out. I will make sure everyone is taken care of. So I'll be offering extended sessions, VIP sessions tomorrow morning. You will get an email about it tonight. If I gotta have VIP sessions the whole week, I will take care of y'all. So thank you so much. Sorry for the technical issues. Please give us grace with this technology. You all will be well taken care of. Go ahead and take it over. Wait, let me introduce you first, Sister Yaya. First of all, come to the stage. Come to the virtual stage. Not introduce you and give you the same energy as I've been giving everybody else in here. I've just been, technology and issues when you're hosting a conference, it can kind of take over your spirit. But Sister Yaya deserves the same energy as I've given everybody else. And I am honored to have this beautiful woman on my screen blessing us with this knowledge that she will share with us. Right now, she is hailing all the way from Mexico and the Yucatan, and she is going to be sharing with us how to heal mother issues, correct? How to heal mother issues.
Yes, that's correct.
Excited to tap in. This sister offers retreats. She offers so much rich, valuable knowledge on healing the womb, on women's health, and all things herbalism mixed with spirituality. And again, if you have not heard her talk, then you are in for a treat. So I will let her go ahead and take over. Thank you, Sister Yaya.
Wow, thank you. Thank you, everyone. April, thank you. First, I want to give homage and I want to give gratitude for your spirit, for your obedience to this process of putting us all together. And y'all gonna cry. Somebody's gonna cry during the session. So get your Kleenex and everything ready because it's coming down. I got mine ready. So I want to give thanks so much to you for doing this, for listening to the call of the ancestors, so that we can remember ourselves while remembering them. So thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you, everyone on this live, and those who will listen on the replay. My ancestors, say hello and bless your ancestors. First thing I would like to do is just let us relax. We just got off of lunch. I heard a little bit of pharmacy and we're excited, but now I just want you to take a moment just to ground yourself. So if you're just writing, just take something out your hand, put your feet on the ground, and we're going to take some deep breaths together. We're going to do this because we want to invoke the spirit of peace, the spirit of love and of goodness into this space. So join me on a few breaths, and I just want us to breathe in through our nose, hold the breath gently, and then exhale through your mouth, very gently. We're going to do 3 rounds of this breath. However it feels for you, however it comes to you, I ask that you honor yourself. As healing mother wounds, it's about honoring ourselves, right? So let's breathe together, shall we? Hold that breath. Exhale through your mouth. And beautiful breath. And exhale. Oh, let's invite the Great Spirit, get creative everything to this sacred circle. All of those who are listening now, who listen to the replay, I'd like to invite our most elevated and evolved ancestors into this circle. I invite the spirit of love, peace, gratitude, our warrior protector spirit. May you come and embrace each and every person. May they feel your presence of love, cover them right now, no matter what they are going through. I ask that the Great Spirit ministers love, grace, and ease to each and every person. And at this moment, I would like to invite our grandmothers. As in our tradition, our grandmothers are the ones who carry the wisdom, they carry the herbal knowledge, the healing knowledge. So we'd like to open up with a song that welcomes their presence into this circle. And all you have to do is be open to receive their magic and their wisdom with Bienvenidas, 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 abuelitas, su sagrada, su sagrada, su sagrada medicina. Ella, 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 yo. Ometeo, Ashe, Ashe, Ashio. So we welcome all of you lovely spirits to this live, this beautiful, 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 beautiful connection. April, am I able to share my screen, or would you like to put up the slides? I don't know what would be best for you, my love.
I can make you the host so you can share
Okay,
background,
okay,
trying
all
to work
right.
out some of our technical issues. So you are now,
Okay,
and
thank
everyone
you.
who wants to see Sister Yaya in bigger screen, make sure to change the view to speaker view so that you can see her in full screen, and then you can, my little screen will disappear.
All right, thank you so much. Now, can everyone see my screen? If you put some yellow hearts in the chat, go ahead and let me know you can see my screen. It should say Indigenous Caribbean Healing for Mother Issues. Everybody see that? Let's see. Check the chat. Okay. I can't really see the chat. Okay, yes, I see. Thank you, everyone. Perfect. All right. So we want to talk a little bit about mother issues and mother wounds, because this is something that affects all of us. We all have mothers, and we all have relationships that obviously are impacted by our mothers. This topic applies to everyone who has a physical mother, a mother that's separate, or a mother that even has transition rather. I'd like to share with you some of our remedies and rituals that we do for mother wounds, and how you can start on the journey of healing that relationship, not so much with your mother, but with yourself. Mother wounds really have less to do with what our mothers have done to us and our relationship with her, and more to do about reparenting the inner child and loving the inner child. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Before I get into it a little deeper, I do want to say that what I'm going to share with you does not take the place of therapy. It does not take the place of continual self-work. These are just some tools that I've used, that others have used to help heal the mother. So if you're working with a therapist, or if you're taking medication, always consult with your medical professional. We as Indigenous healers, such as myself, we have our shamans and our herbalists that we work with. But if you're working with someone, please, please, please consult with them before starting, stopping, or ending. I'd like to introduce myself. Some of you know a little bit about me. My name is Sistah Yaya. I am a co-founder of a wonderful organization called Soul Tribe Heals. I am of Jamaican and Haitian lineage. I come from the lineage of healers, priests, herbalists. I grew up in this tradition, y'all. I can't say I read it in a book. I've just seen ritual going down at the house growing up. Someone was sick or someone needed exorcism. We were the ones they came to. So this is something that I was raised with in terms of the knowledge and wisdom I've had. I am an Indigenous Caribbean shaman. As April said earlier, I do reside in Yucatan, Mexico, and I do live in a Mayan village, and I absolutely love it. I'm also an herbalist, an oracle, energy healer, and guardian of the sacred waters, which is the Gulf of Mexico, where I do rituals there to preserve the water, to preserve things of humanity, and a whole gamut of things we do by the water. Some of my work stretches from Panama, the country of Panama, to Brazil, to Belize. And like I mentioned, I live here in Mexico now. And right now, I currently host individual and group retreats, such as Indigenous healing, herbalism ceremony retreats, where I teach you how to do herbalism and Caribbean magic. What are the traditions, the rituals that we have, and how to use them for yourself. And also, we do certification in Mayan Sobada. Well, actually 7 Sobadas, and Sobadas are just types of massage for a variety of things. But most people know the Sobadas by the womb massage, right? And we teach you ceremony, we teach you how to close out cycles, we teach you generational curse breaking rituals, all kind of stuff. So if you're a practitioner of any kind and want to add something juicy to your practice, we teach you how to do it in an Indigenous Caribbean way here in the Yucatan. Our next one is November 11th to the 20th here And we have some in April, but we'll talk about that later. And some of my work can be seen in local publications here, such as the Yucatan magazine, other places where my work is featured. That's a little bit about me. Let's get to the juice. Today, what we will learn, what are mother wounds? We're going to learn the symptoms of mother wounds. We will look at the benefits of healing our mother wounds. We're going to also look at how Caribbean Indigenous herbalism can help heal mother wounds. And I'm going to show you a ritual that you can take with you today, to help to heal those things that hurt so deeply regarding the relationship between you and your mother. Like I said earlier, this is really about you. You are so important. When we look at our mother, we look at the trauma, we look at the interruption of the divine feminine energy. So if our mother was controlling, or our mother was maybe mentally ill, emotionally absent, something in that relationship got traumatized. Something that you needed, that you didn't get, and you're still trying to, through relationships and through other things, trying to feel that need. Sometimes we're not able to identify them. Sometimes we are. And we're going to talk a little bit about how it shows up in our lives. So maybe it may help you to see, yeah, maybe that did come from our relationship with my mother, or maybe grandmother so-and-so who raised me, I did get this from her, and how you can start to heal yourself from that. We find that mother wounds can be at the root, not all the time, but a lot of times, a lot of my work, I see it at the root of emotional pain, sadness, low self-esteem, financial issues, relationship issues, absolutely. But you have to know that this is purely something that's energetic, right? And as we know, energy can always be changed. It can be morphed. It could be alchemized into something different. I'm going to show you how you can start to do this for yourself. Some symptoms of mother wounds, these are just some symptoms of mother wounds that I see quite often, is that sometimes we feel like something is wrong with me, something is broken, something that's not right, something is like just not out of order. We also feel that we are not able to reach our fullest potential out of fear of failure. So sometimes we don't start things because, oh, what if I don't succeed? What if I fail in this thing? Because our mothers, or that mothering energy, is the energy that teaches us who we are to ourselves. So our mothers give us our identity. She tells us who we are to the world around us, how we are to relate to the world that we live in, who we are in this realm. She gives us our spiritual identity. It is said that up to the age of 7, the child shares the same emotional body of the person that mothers him or her. So we share that emotional connection. So if our mothers, for any reason, perhaps is not at her best, which is why we have these retreats and trainings to help mothers as they become new parents, to help to strengthen them, to help to fortify them, because childbirth is traumatic. I had 2 children. It is a lot. But there are ceremonies to close out the cycles. There are ceremonies that we do to fortify the mother and child so that the mother can be the best that she can be for the child, and the child can benefit from the relationship with her mother. Okay? So when we find ourselves having weak boundaries, not able to say no. How many of y'all have a hard time saying no? I'm like that sometimes. It's like you want to say yes, you want to do everything. In reality, it's like, I can't say no, but it's draining. It could be draining. So having weak boundaries in relationship, having weak boundaries in even relationship to food or places that we go, boundaries are so important because they keep us safe. Being uncertain of the sense of self, not knowing who you are. Talked about identity just a few moments ago, and then not feeling worthy. A lot of the clients that I work with, and those, even the high income earners, high performers, a lot of them on the inside don't feel worthy to receive anything. And you have to know that energy will follow your emotion. So if you don't feel worthy, then the things that you're wanting to manifest and bring into your life, they say, we want to get there, but there's a closed sign on your door that says, I'm not worthy, so don't enter in. So the blessings, the goodness, all the things that wants to get to you can't get to, because there's a vibration that says, I'm not worthy. This is especially true for abundance. I work a lot with abundance and abundance ritual. I always tell my clients, look around, feeling yourself. You're not feeling worthy to receive, and abundance can't come to you. You have to feel worthy. And there's things you can do about that. All right, next we have self-sabotage. You know, you're getting close to your goal, you've been working so hard, and you're like, you know what, this ain't gonna work out. No one's gonna believe me. No one's gonna take my course. No one's gonna buy this herbal product for me. No one's gonna follow my Instagram page. Self-sabotage, that's another symptom. Also, not trying to rock the boat. You know, you want to stay in the lines of society or of the family values. You don't want to get anybody upset. You don't want to really express who you are for fear of maybe backlash or being rejected. So you don't want to rock the boat, right? Next, we have unconsciously waiting on our mother's approval or permission before reclaiming, that should set ours, our lives. You don't need any permission to be great and to be wonderful and to be amazing. But sometimes, you know, we wait for that authority figure to give it to us. And as mothers, our job generally is to allow our children to grow into autonomous, meaning independent beings, so that they can decide what's good for themselves and not have them dependent on us to give them permission. So our mothers are the ones that help us to foster that autonomy within ourselves. And last but not least, the fear of failure, the fear of not going out or trying something, or the fear of death. I'm gonna tell you one thing, ain't none of us getting out here alive. And when we fear that option, sometimes when we fear death, we also fear living. And we don't live because we're stuck in the fear of death. So these are just some symptoms that show up when there are mother wounds present. And I'm sure there's some that you can think of as well. But I just wanted to highlight a few for sake of demonstration purposes. Next, let's talk about the benefits. Why we want to hear these mother wounds? Why, right? Because it will help to change the way you see yourself. It's like I'm talking to you now and I put on a set of glasses. I look different, but I also see you differently, right? So it gives you a new perspective of who you are, not just in this flesh and blood, but also as a divine being of light. And that is where the inner child resides, in that bubble of divine light. Healing mother wounds also allows you to adjust to the changes of life. It invites and invokes that water element of the mother, where you can flow, where you can adjust, where you can move forward without fear, without feeling timid, without feeling stuck in any way. I've also seen mental health, spiritual health, physical health, and as I mentioned before, financial health as well. When you know who you are and you cut some of the low vibration connections that you have from the relationship with the person that mothered you, your biological mother or auntie, you start to feel free. You start to feel alive because now the energy that was going out from you is coming back into, right? Also, you get to discover your purpose with more energy, with more life energy. Clearing out all of the things that weigh you down on an energetic level allows you to come up, spring forth like a new flower, and you feel you have a better purpose, a clearer purpose and vision for yourself. Next, I like to mention increased joy, peace, and happiness. Better intimate relationship. Why is this important? Because we normally choose a partner like the perfect people who parented us, right? So elements in my partner right now, I could see, actually more of my former partners, I can see that I chose them based upon my wounded relationship that I had with my mother. I saw part of myself in me, of herself in me, but also things that I recognized as being love from her. I chose that in my partner. I didn't realize that until I took a step back and really started to work on the mother wounds. I'm like, I think I'm married to my mother. Whoa, that's another conversation. But it helps because if you're able to identify these things, that's the first step to starting to heal, which is the awareness, and you can start to work through it a little bit. Next, we have improved creativity and personal success. And last but not least, we have improved self-esteem and improved finances. I do like to mention at this time that here we will have a retreat March 1st through the 8th, Healing the Inner Child here in the Yucatan. The link will be posted wherever the links are posted. And it's a small group. We'll be working with plant medicine because sometimes we have emotions and part of ourselves that we can't consciously tap into. But there are plant medicines, and I'm not talking about spearmint or lavender. I'm talking about some deep plant medicines that allow us to touch into the parts of us that has been covered because it's been wounded, right? But allows us to do it in a safe space where we can start to release ourselves from all of the depression, the anxiety that we've had for a very long time. Okay, I see that my screen share went away.
Sorry, there was a
That's
little
okay.
where it's for some reason switched you off the host. You're now the host again. Go ahead and share again. My apologies.
Oh, no, it's quite okay. All right, can you see my screen now? All right, okay, so we have that going on. I just want to let y'all know about that. All right. So let's talk about some herbs that we use traditionally in our tradition that help to heal mother wounds. And you might say, herbs healing mother wounds. Yes, they can help because these plants have allies. These plants are our allies. They come with the spiritual and energetic message to help us to heal in certain ways. And so there are three herbs I want to show you that we use in our tradition. They're found throughout the Caribbean. They're also found here in Mexico that I use faithfully. Believe it or not, I'm still working through my mother wounds, and they get complicated. And there's sometimes I can be happy and joyful and like, yeah, I'm doing good. And like yesterday, I'm like, you know what? I don't know what is going on. But that's the part of journey. That's a journey of healing, right? But we know that we have to offer ourselves grace. We have to offer ourselves ease because we deserve it. And one thing I want to say about mother wounds before we talk about the herbs that help us to mother ourselves is that I encourage you all to see yourself as it relates to mother wounds and healing as a brand new baby, to be gentle with yourself. So when you first have a child and you bring a child home, the house is clean. Not everybody's coming over. It's not a lot of noise. There's maybe food prepared. Things are just. So as you're going through your healing journey, I would like to invite you to see yourself as a brand new baby. So you're going to start to invoke or start to go on a journey where you start to reparent yourself. And that requires patience. It requires that you're gentle, that you're loving, that you're forgiving, and that you're relaxed. And so when we look at plants, we look at the plants that help to invoke this essence within ourselves. So as we journey through our own inner child, our own mother wound or father wound issues, we can use these plants to help us along the way. The first one, which is my favorite, we call it Search My Heart. And you can see the scientific name there. And for us as Indigenous healers, we know that plants have both medicinal properties, which most of you are familiar with, but we also have metaphysical properties. What is the spirit of this plant? How does it speak generally to anyone that takes it in? So Search My Heart is going to be number one. You can read on the screen all of its amazing benefits, but it's great for heart issues. I like to prepare Search My Heart tea or a tincture when I have to have tough conversations, when it really requires me to stretch my heart and keep my heart open, when I really have to say something from my heart, but I might feel a little pain, I might feel a little fear, I might have some anxiety, but it's coming from my heart chakra area. If you ever get a chance or the opportunity, rather, to experience Search My Heart, you know that it's kind of leathery. It feels kind of feathery, it's very soft, and it has this very soft smell to it. It's very mothery. And so I like to use this for children's care, for my son, any type of emotional stress, anxiety, little depression. It's great for grief, wonderful for grief. I use it in ceremonies where we're closing out cycles, like postpartum. I use it in my spiritual baths as well. And as you can see, the metaphysical properties are also there. And I talked about grief, sadness. You're feeling like a little intolerance that you need to open up a little bit. It helps with that. It helps the heart to release and receive. Wonderful for unforgiveness of self and others. Self-love, heartache after a relationship or after a loss of a job or a dream that didn't come to fruition. Look for Search My Heart. It would help you. Also, low self-esteem, and if you're needing some help and motivation, it can be an ally for you as well. Next, I have Jamaican vervain. Some of you already know this one, but I would like to reintroduce it to you. And those who are just tuning in, this is your first time getting to know this sacred plant. For us, as Indigenous Caribbean healers, it is one of the most sacred of herbs. It is so powerful. As you can see, it has a list of medicinal properties, but it's most known for women's health, issues regarding infertility, PCOS, womb fibroids, any womb situation. Is excellent for regulating womb issues, what we call blocked tubes, infertility. It helps to clear out inflammation in that lower chakra area. So you can see all the medicinal properties that are there. It's wonderful for psychic connection, spiritual growth, fertility, bringing something into fruition, bringing something to birth. And we're going to talk a little bit about how it can be used in ceremony as well. And as you see there, it helps in confidence, sexual health, creativity, and it can also be used as a protective herb. I love this vervine. It combines well with so many other herbs, especially soursop. So this one is very good one to use considering working with mother wounds or any type of family wounding. Look for Jamaican vervine. Last but not least, my favorite of all time, soursop leaf. The fruit is yummy too, but the leaf to me is everything. This is my many of you know that it's great for the big C. All kinds. So what it does, it works and it clears out all of the cells that are abnormal, doesn't look right. It destroys those while keeping your healthy cells intact. That's why they say it's more powerful than chemotherapy, because it doesn't destroy everything. It takes out what needs to go while keeping the other cells that are healthy. It actually strengthens them. It's great for tumors. It's wonderful for anxiety, sleeplessness. Or if you can't sleep, you take 5 to 7 medium-sized soursop leaf water in a liter of water and drink that 1 hour before you go to bed. And thank me in the morning because you're going to be so excited. And then you can take that same preparation and dilute it in half throughout the day to help with anxiety. Anxiety. And it's really good postpartum, post-surgical, aids in high blood pressure, rheumatism, wonderful for children. If you have a child that's really active, super active, and you just want them to balance out a little bit, soursop leaf, it's amazing. No side effects, no contraindication. The metaphysical properties, which I love, are strength. It helps in times of fear and doubt and opening the heart, general healing. You can drink soursop every day. In fact, I have my soursop tea right here. I'll tell you, I really love it. It's good for protection, connecting with the ancestors, the Loa, Orishas. If you're of that tradition, it's wonderful for psychic abilities, and it helps you during times of hardship, and it's also good for prosperity. And I want to talk a little bit into the next few slides about how we can use these plants for their metaphysical properties by showing you a ritual that you can do to start to heal mother wound. Now, I know I talked a lot, but there's so much I can tell you about. This is just a little snippet about what we can do regarding mother wounds and talking more about them. But I just wanted to make sure I can show you some plans and also some rituals that can help you through any type of really relationship, but specifically for mother wounds. Okay. Next, let's look at our ritual. This ritual is my favorite. Super easy, super fun, very powerful. So what you will need are a 7-day pink candle like this in the glass, pink, right? Pink candle. You will need a permanent marker, which I did not bring, but I do have. Well, let's play pretend, right? Let's use our childhood imagination and say this is a permanent marker. You will need a white piece of paper or craft paper. You would need a pencil. I have my 4-year-old and I couldn't find the regular graphite pencil, so I have a color pencil in black, right? And you would need a piece of your DNA, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And you will also need 1/8 of a teaspoon of Mahart, soursop leaf, and Jamaican vervine herbs grounded well. If you do not have these herbs, it is okay. Don't stress about it, because what we know about ritual is always about intention. You can do this with a paperclip, really, be honest with you. But we use certain elements to invoke certain energies into this. But whatever you have, you use on hand. So rose might be a good substitute. Lavender could be a good substitute. Motherwort could be a good substitute. Chamomile would be a great substitute. Mint can be a good substitute. So use what you have intuitively on hand. I don't want you to stress about it, because I know these aren't commonly found at all. Next, you want to sit in a quiet place with your 3 herbs. Make yourself a little tea, because you're deserving of a tea. And what we are invoking on the outside, we want to invoke on the inside. What you want to do is get your candle with Florida water and some salt water. You want to put it on your paper towel. And since this is a removing ritual, you want to take your cloth, your clean paper towel, and cleanse your candle first. Remember, this stuff has been handled from a lot of people. So you want to cleanse the energy of it, right? And also cleanse your space with maybe sage, copal, or aloe vera, something like that. And you want to cleanse your candle from yourself going out. So I'm going like this, out, turn it out. Clean on the inside with your Florida water, your salt water, clean the bottom. All right, while you're doing that, you're saying your prayers. Next, you want to take your piece of paper and your pencil, and you want to write down all of the negative emotions that you may have as it relates to the relationship with your mother. So I might say anger. I might say resentment. I might say depression, right? I might say anxiety. I might say poverty. I might say abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, addiction, whatever it is. But you want to write it down. You want to take it from you and transfer that energy to the paper, So you want to write all of this. Now take your time with this. Meditate and take your time with this. Once you have it on your paper, you're going to then transfer these emotions onto your candle. So you're going to take your Sharpie and you're going to put depression. You're going to write anxiety. However you want to write it, cross, up and down. You're going to write it all on your candle until it's covered or whenever you're finished, right? My candles are normally full, okay? At the bottom, inside, it's full. Then, after you do that, you place them to your candle. You take a piece of your DNA. You can use your hair. You can use fingernail. You can use saliva. You can use blood. I use blood because that is the most potent you can use. And you just want to put a little bit in your candle. Whatever you want to use, as long as it's your DNA, it doesn't matter. You want to add that to your candle. Then you meditate on the intentions you have for yourself. And then as you light your candle, just want to call on your oversoul. Your oversoul is the part of you that is always good. Wait, did I add my herbs? I'm sorry, y'all. I missed the part. You add your herbs before you light it. I apologize. You sprinkle your herbs in there before you light it. Thank you, universe, for reminding me. You want to do that. And then you want to light your candle and meditate. And you want to call upon your oversoul. The oversoul is the part of you that is always connected to the divine. It's your spark of light. It's your divine essence. To help you to heal and release the wounds that you've received as a result of the mother relationship that you had, as a result of the trauma that you felt from your mother. You want to send that energy into the light for both yourself. And if you feel so inclined, maybe for your mother too, but you don't have to. Remember, it's about you. You want to sit with this lit candle for about 5 minutes every day at the same time each day. So if you know that you're available, maybe 6 in the morning every day, but do it 6 o'clock in the morning every day. Try not to miss a day because you want to do it for 7 days. This is a petition. This is a prayer. This is like you're chipping away at it. What you will notice, probably by the first time, things will start to shift in your life. You will feel heaviness starting to release. You will feel that sadness, that doubt, that nagging feeling, or whatever it is that's on this candle, you will start to feel it immediately. I recommend this candle ritual for almost all of my clients for mother wounds, and I have another separate one for family wounding or bloodline cleansing, generational curse cleansing. It works the same. Always remember to observe protection for your candle. Don't leave it burning unattended. Definitely be careful as you're burning your candle, because on the 7th day you want it to burn. Just keep it lit if you can to let the work finish, right? And when you're done, your candle's burnt out, wrap it up in a paper bag and discard it outside of your home. Do not leave this inside your home, outside, because remember, it is something that we are releasing from ourselves, so we don't want to keep that energy around us. My family will start to make changes in you first. It will start to relieve some of that energetic trauma that we've inherited from the relationship we've had with our mothers or the person who mothered us. So I want to thank you and wish you well on your journey. I pray that all of your desires in this lifetime and others will come true, because you are worthy to receive. And I pray that your inner child is inspired today. I pray that they are uplifted today. May you remember that you are divine light. May you always remember that you are divine light, no matter what it looks like, no matter where you are. Just remember you are divine light. And in this moment, I ask that you hug yourself, love yourself, feel into your own energy. This person. Love myself unconditionally. Love myself unconditionally. I love myself unconditionally. Love myself unconditionally. Yo, 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 yo. Gracias. Thank you all. So I'll keep in touch with us. You can find our website, our Facebook, Instagram, and find us on YouTube. You can see all the healing work that we're doing here in the youth. If you need some support along your journey, just know that we're here to help and you can get through it. Thank you, April.
Ashe, aho.
Aho.
Thank you, sis. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
I always enjoy hearing you speak. I don't know if it's the tone of your voice that just makes me feel like a warm hug.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
I
you.
feel like you're hugging me. Like I'm sitting right there next to you. And you're hugging me every time you speak.
And I love to hug, so that's good.
Thank you so much for that beautiful session on healing our mother wounds. And we only have about 8 or so minutes. So we're going to jump right into the questions. So I will read the questions off. If you have a question, you can put them in the Q&A box. I'm going to start with the first question. First question we have is surrounded around fertility. Do you have any recommendations for someone that's looking to assist with fertility, whether it be herbs or spiritual practices?
Absolutely. So in our tradition, when it regards to fertility or infertility, first we recommend a 1-year regimen of purification and cleansing. That is of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Sometimes children are not willing to reincarnate to certain vessels until the conditions have been met. Right? And because the children that are coming out into this realm, they're very powerful. They have a lot of superpowers. This is what I'm seeing as a doula as well. Like these children are just really coming online. So we do a lot of spiritual work, spiritual cleansings and baths. Some herbs you can look at are going to be 2 I'm going to recommend that you can use together. Jamaican dog blood. It sounds dog blood, but it's not dog's blood. And Jamaican vervine. Those 2 help to reduce the inflammation and remove any energetic and physical blockages that may be in the womb. This is also important for your partner to be doing the same thing at the same time with you. So if you have a shaman or a spiritual worker that you're working with, you both should be doing this healing work of cleansing at least 1 year in advance to wanting to have, to bring another star seed into this realm.
Thank you for that. I have a lot of questions about people asking about father wounds. Is there such thing as to heal your father wounds too? I know I have daddy issues. So
Yes, thank you so much. Absolutely. And what you can do for father wounds is the same process. That's the magic. Instead of a pink candle, get a blue one and do the exact same thing. So those who have purchased the VIP, you'll have a lifetime access to all of these recordings. And I know it's 48 hours for this one. Do the same ritual for father wounds as well with a blue candle. Exact same thing. I have family wounds. I've been excommunicated from my family for over 12 years. Just kind of, so I do this ritual, but I do it with a red candle because I have family wounds. And so I do it both of my bloodlines, on the paternal side and maternal side. And I do it every 3 months. But if it feels like it's like, oh my gosh, this wounding, this is so fiery, it's so hot, you can do it every month. Do it every month. And the more you do it, the more it will help you.
next question is surrounded around Mexico. Why? I know you have a Haitian and Jamaican background. What made you choose Mexico as your reason for residing and practicing there?
Great question. Mexico was chosen for us. So 2021, we were living in New Orleans and a hurricane destroyed our house, our business, everything. So my husband and my baby at the time, we just had 2 little suitcases when we got here. We had nothing, y'all. We started from scratch. Our business, everything was gone, gone, gone. And Mexico was the only place that's like, we could kind of figure it out financially. And we had some friends here because all the Southeast at that time for Hurricane Ida, everything was destroyed. There was no housing. There was nothing. So we came to Mexico just trying to rest because we was on a coattail of the COVID. I'm still postpartum. And she just embraced us. And we stayed here. And I found a lot from the Caribbean culture amongst the Mayan people. And I'm like, this is like my family. Like they really embrace it when they see me, with the dark skin, because, the ancient Mayans were very dark. You can see that on the Bonaparte murals in one part of Mexico where all of the ancestors were very dark. And so when they see us, they're like, wow, like, can we take pictures with you? You know, can we do things? And so I feel like that this became home for us. I didn't know. I didn't know about the Yucatan. I didn't know any of this. I spoke Spanish from before. I just happened to get here via a hurricane, and we just made it work. We started from nothing, just only our prayers and our ancestors to build what you see today.
Yeah, I love Mayan culture. I've been telling people I've been drawn so much to ancient Mayan culture, and I have no idea why the ancestors is calling me. So
Yes.
they see me in Mexico. I told my partner I'm taking a sabbatical for a month in Mexico next year. So
Yes.
I'm the same. I'm in the same boat. Last question we have before our next person joins us is anything surrounding around any herbs that you mentioned. Are they safe for pregnant people to take or nursing,
Mhm.
postpartum mothers? Any of the herbs you mentioned, should women who are pregnant, should they avoid or postpartum mothers avoid?
Okay, so the only one you would want to avoid would be the verbine because it does have a stimulating effect of the uterus. Soursop is great for postpartum, especially lactating mother, because it actually helps you to get more breast milk. Truly, you take a glass of soursop tea and you're like, oh, the mother's like engorged almost immediately, and it's very, very good for the baby and the mother as well. Search My Heart is actually very safe and very mild as well through pregnancy, postpartum, throughout the entire process. The only one I would recommend that we put to the side will be the Jamaican Vervine.
Okay. Awesome. All right. We still have 3 minutes. And Monique is not here yet. So we could take another question. Let's see. Where can we get these plants? Do you happen to sell plants, or do you know anyone that where you can order plants that we can't get here from the States that are specific to maybe Mexico or your culture?
That's a good question. So we are rebuilding our apothecary. Like I said, after the hurricane, now all the herbs were just was usable. I do have a friend that I can I don't know how to share April. I don't know how that would work. Where they can go and purchase from him.
Me,
Um,
I'll email it to everyone.
Okay, I'll send it to you where you can purchase them, and they're harvested according to our tradition. So they're not just plucked out of the ground at random times. We do go through a process. It's by the moon cycle when we can harvest certain herbs, and certain times we cannot. And so I get my herbs from him when I'm able to get them. So I will share that link. I'll share with April.
Thank you. We're going to keep going until Monique gets here. I messaged her, but I'm not sure if my messages are going through. And then I know Monique is she's in Jamaica right now. And so she mentioned she may be having weather issues. So we'll keep going. Let's see. Can the candle ritual be used with others outside of the mother role? I think she mentioned that, yes, you can use, the candle
Mhm.
ritual with father, just change the colors. Do you want to speak any more on that?
Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, any relationship, it can be because if you have a blood connection to this person, it can work. I do want to mention something about the bundle. My bundle was a little different because my bundle that we're going to offer at the a week after this particular conference is about how to break soul ties with people. And I'm so grateful I got an opportunity to kind of put that in there because if you purchase the bundle, I will send you a ritual on how to start to break soul ties. So while we're talking about breaking low vibrational energy with our mothers and our fathers and our family, sometimes you got them soul ties wrapped up from relationships, from people and places that need to be broken as well. So my offering as part of the bundle is how to do that. So y'all look out for that so you can get that step-by-step ritual, okay?
All right. Again, we're going to keep going. Ms. Monique's not here. So let's see. After we discard the candle, do we need to do anything else to end the ritual? I know, so Chikawat was talking about ending a ritual with a song or prayer. Is there anything you suggest to end the ritual?
Yes, absolutely. So when you end the ritual, well, each time you sit with the ritual, it's like a mini ritual, right? Like when you sit with it for those 7 days. But to the end, the main thing you want to focus on is a prayer of gratitude and also embodying that gratitude as if it's already done, like feeling as if you are free from all of those things that you placed on your candle. So it's always with gratitude. If you have a song that's in your heart, a lot of times when I share about rituals, I give guidelines, but I don't make it so strict because you are the magic to it. You are the part that makes it the engine that really makes it work. So always, always, always end it with gratitude, a song, a prayer.
All right, next question. And are you okay with staying a little over until Monique gets here? Okay, I don't want to just end it. But if Monique, you are here, you can join at any time, but we'll continue to the Yaya. Are all of these rituals also helpful when your mother issues are with yourself due to infertility, specifically when you are trying to heal from never being a mother?
Could you answer that first part one more time?
Are all of these rituals also helpful when your mother issues is with yourself due to infertility? So they're trying to heal from never being a mother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can certainly do that. You know, you may want to work more with the element of the search my heart, which has that grief element of having to want to desire to have a child, but not being able to. So that search my heart would be a really good ally in this situation. But absolutely. And you want to work with your most elevated and evolved ancestors, particularly the maternal ones. Inquire of their wisdom, because it could be perhaps there was some type of blockage or some energy there that just needed to be cleared up. And a lot of times they can tell you what that is, or lead you to someone who can guide you through that process.
Okay, I believe we answered that. I believe we answered that. Do you still communicate with your mother as you are doing the mother wound work?
So it's been off and on. Sometimes I can tolerate her, sometimes I can't. And I give myself the grace to say, you know what, right now, I just can't do it right now. And it might be months, it might be a year. Like I said, I've been excommunicated for over 12 years. So I'm kind of used to having a bit of distance and having that no contact. But there was a time I could not even talk to her. I communicate, but I put boundaries on how I communicate with her. So sometimes it might just be a text. It may just be an email. Sometimes I don't want to hear her voice, but I try to stay as authentic to how I feel in that moment and not judge myself that I don't want to be bothered with her. So I do communicate, but it's touch and go, pretty much touch and go. Because if I get triggered, I gotta back off because I have to parent myself.
Next question is, they're wondering about the rituals. Can you light 2 candles at the same time, candles for mom and dad, or is that too much energy going on? Should you do one ritual candle separately?
Wonderful question. I will start with one because the power it gets really intense. It can, and I do want to say this. Sometimes people feel like a chill over their bodies. Some people may feel hot. Some people might just feel an energy moving about. These are all natural processes. This is energy moving, energy that has been stagnant, that's breaking up. And so I don't want anyone to be alarmed. You may find out one thing I want to say while it's coming to me. This ritual helps 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. So if you have issues with your children as parents or grandchildren, you can tap into this ritual to help to heal that energy for them without you having to say anything, without fussing or, you know, going back and forth. But if your mother is still living, it will also, and your grandmother and the rest, it will also go 7 generations behind you to help to heal them. But the goal is always you. The goal is you, you, you. So it goes 7 generations before and 7 generations after.
And let's do one last question. Let's see. We have 72, so.
Wow. Thank you, everyone. I love this. Wow.
Okay, let's scroll to, like, the bottom. Does soul ties only deal with romantic relationships or platonic as well? Like in a grieving manner from a relationship that needs to go?
Absolutely. It deals with all types of relationship with all people, places, and things. When we left the United States after the hurricane, I had to do a soul tie breaking ritual with the United States because parts of me was still connected to the energy of the land. And I could feel the tie in the back and forth. So I went through some cord cutting and some soul tie breaking because my soul was tied into that land. I had lived there for so long. And so, yes, it's absolutely, absolutely effective for platonic relationships, work relationships. So if you end a job and you still feel some type of way about how it ended, or there's still energy between you and the employers or employees or however it works, you can break those cords. Absolutely. So you could be free for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sister,
Yeah.
for sharing all of your energy with us, all of this information on healing our mother wombs, the rituals. I think that is the most important part, because a lot of these times we don't actually get to see the ritual, and we don't get the instructions on the
Right.
ritual and how to actually do a ritual. That was one of the things that I was looking for, during my journey was, okay, well, we are speaking on rituals, but what does it look like? What do I need to actually do this? So we appreciate you so much for sharing. We appreciate everyone for listening. Sister Yaya, we're going to drop her links one more time in the chat. She does offer retreats in Mexico that helps you. This is an extended version of what she's offering. She, focuses on in-person healing the mother wounds, and it's a lot. I wanted to go this upcoming November, but I'm still working on how do I get away from all that I need to come out there and visit you, but I'll be out there. We'll be out there and connect soon.
Yes, we welcome you.
Her information was recently dropped in the chat. If you want to reach out to her, you can do it via those social media means. And then also the bundle. So let's share more about this bundle, you all. This bundle that I've been tight-lipped about, this bundle of over 25, I think it was close to 30 now, courses and ebooks from these speakers that are speaking, from other contributors, BIPOC contributors, will be released on October 30th. And it's a collection of courses and ebooks. And just guess how much we're releasing it for. I was going to release it for $97, but I decided to release it for $67. You will get a collection of courses and ebooks. I'm including like 4 courses of my courses in that bundle for $67. Not only do you get my courses, my ebooks, you get Sister Yaya's, you get Anga's, you get Farmer Seeds. We're all including these courses and ebooks in this actual bundle. So Sister Yaya has a ritual ebook in there as well. So make sure you have the emails. Make sure you find BIPOCherbalism@gmail.com and bookmark it. Add it to your contacts, because you will know, we will send out an email and let you know when that bundle has been released. So thank you again. You all make sure to tap in with Sister Yaya on her social medias. Did y'all enjoy that session? I see a lot of people. Yes, the whole bundle is $67. Courses, 4 courses and ebooks. I am including like 3 courses and like 2 ebooks myself. So that is coming soon. It's worth over $1,600. That's the value, over $1,600, but we're releasing it for only $67, but it will only be available to purchase for 7 days only. So make sure you're getting our emails, add us to the contacts, so you know when we're coming in or when it's available. So thank you again, Sister Yaya, for joining us. So Monique, unfortunately, she will not be able, I believe she's having some technical difficulties. She did mention that over in Jamaica, they're having some weather issues. So I'm not sure if Monique will be joining us. However, Monique did upload, she shared with us a pre-recorded session. So her session is already pre-recorded. So you all still get the value from Monique's session, and I will play that shortly. So that's why we went a little bit over with Sister Yaya. So I appreciate that. I would have had you just keep talking.
I love it. If anyone questions, it's up to you, April. I'm open. So however you want to flow with it, I can flow with you, sister.
Yes, Monique's session is about 30 minutes. So let me see. And it's pre-recorded. So she sent me just in case. She said they're having really bad rain out there. And so we did plan ahead for the rain. Again, technology is not on our side, but we're gonna go with the flow. We're not gonna let anything stop us and take us out of this vibe and this amazing energy that we have free flowing right now. That's right. Let's see, I'm pulling up Monique's session. It's 28 minutes. And so the next session, So 2:15, I'll go ahead and play it. And Sister Yaya, could you stay on? If you could stay on, if I have any extra time, I would love to pull you back on and answer more questions to fill in that time. Would you?
Absolutely. It would be my pleasure. Thank you.
So much.